you were in the NBA, would you do something this stupid? If you read the title, I'm talking about Anthony Edwards, and he's involved in some Instagram posting. He posted some homophobic stuff on his Instagram and got fined $40K for that, $40,000. And that's really nothing to him, but like that's a whole $40,000. And he said some messed up stuff though. It was warranted. And I just wanted to react to a couple breakdowns about it on YouTube real quick. So let me do that.
It's pretty easy to spot the ridiculous double standards that exist in mainstream sports media. You see how some athletes are treated a certain way by the media and others simply are not. Which is why it was interesting when I saw this story pop up, because shockingly, if it had been someone like Aaron Rodgers or an athlete like that, I imagine it would have been headline news for days or even weeks. But instead, what Anthony Edwards, Minnesota Timberwolves star, said pretty much got swept under the rug. There were no big debate shows surrounding this, people asking if he needs to be canceled, things like that. Simply came and went with a quick apology. NBA player posts then apologize for homophobic Instagram story, calling group of men, quote, queer-ass N-words. And we're going to get into this. We're going to look at the Instagram story he posted and the quick apology, because that's all that's necessary sometimes. Even though you know if it had been somebody else, a different athlete that maybe the sports media didn't like very much, didn't fit their narrative, they would have fucking gone after them and burnt them to the ground. But in this case, it didn't happen. Minnesota Timberwolves star shooting guard Anthony Edwards posted and apologized for posting a homophobic Instagram story labeling a group of men, quote, queer-ass N-words. And let's listen to it right here. This is what he posted on his own Instagram. Maybe forgot to use the burner. I don't know. Here it is.
Look at these queer-ass man.
Jesus.
Look what the world I came to, bro.
What the world done came to. Now, I seem to remember the mainstream sports media freaking out over quote-unquote homophobic comments made by someone like John Gruden. They wanted him canceled. They wanted him kicked out of the NFL. We see this double standard.
See, I'm not going to lie. There's a little bit of truth to that, because if this was like Tom Brady or some white quarterback of some sort, or maybe like a white player in the NBA, they would have definitely taken it way overboard. Like way, because this was like maybe a week and so ago. I didn't really hear about this. I just heard about it because he got fined now, but I just feel like if it was white guy, it would definitely be a crazy national story or something. But I mean, obviously, if you said the N-word too, then that'd be messed up. But just the, homophobic part.
All the time wasn't really the same for Anthony Edwards. And to be clear, I don't care that Anthony Edwards says this. Like, go to an NBA locker room. Listen to the language that's used. Football locker room. Anybody. Go to any.
Yeah, honestly, it's definitely way worse language in those locker rooms. They definitely talk in crazy ways. I mean,
group of men that gather anywhere, you're going to hear talk like this because it's really not that big of a deal. You're the one that might be choosing to get offended over something like this. What I am looking at is the insane double standard that does exist right now for some of these athletes or coaches, depending on if the media wants to go after you or not. There was some backlash, however. He did issue an apology. What I said was immature, hurtful, and disrespectful, and I'm incredibly sorry. It's unacceptable for me or anyone to use that language in such a hurtful way. There's no excuse for it at all. I was raised better than that. I don't believe you. I don't believe that you're sorry, Anthony Edwards. I also don't think you needed to.
Why can't he be sorry, though? Why can't he be sorry? He could definitely be sorry. I don't know. Maybe he is, maybe he's not, but who knows? Like, nobody knows for sure. You can't just assume he's not sorry. But I don't know.
Apologize for it. It's not really that big of a deal. Did not stop some people from getting very upset, especially people in the gay community. But the fact that this wasn't national news, they addressed it for like 30 seconds on ESPN, just like a one hitter. It wasn't even a discussion point. Just, hey, this happened. Anthony Edwards apologized for it. Move on. That was it. Whereas if it had been Aaron Rodgers, we saw what happened with John Gruden. They wanted his job. They want all these people canceled. But I guess Anthony Edwards maybe doesn't fit that narrative for the media. They don't really need to go after him. They don't feel the need to take a scalp when it comes to Anthony Edwards, Minnesota Timberwolves star. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below about these double standards that continue to exist in the mainstream sports media. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.
All right, there's another video I was trying to react to. Okay. Here it is.
You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Interesting.
All right, guys, we got to talk about the NBA. Now, as you guys may know, Minnesota Timberwolves guard Anthony.
He looks like a guy I know named Labin. Like, some of y'all know who that is. If y'all are watching, Labin, if you're watching, that guy looks just like you, bro. On God. Oh.
Edwards forgot to use his burner account because he tweeted out a photo of like 3 or 4 gay men, and he actually put quote unquote homophobic and racist language
to use the burner.
On the tweet. He actually called them some queer ass N-words.
He's
put
stupid.
that out there.
He's an idiot.
Well, guys, the NBA has now come down, and now they have laid the almost nothing down on Anthony Edwards. Look at this, guys. This is from the NBA Communications official Twitter account. Minnesota Timberwolves guard Anthony Edwards has been fined $40,000 for using offensive and derogatory language on social media. It was announced today by Byron Spruill, President, League Operations. Edwards has acknowledged that his actions were inappropriate. That is it. This is all that he actually does get, a $40,000 fine. Now, folks, a year ago, something similar happened with Myers Leonard. Now, Myers Leonard is a white guy, and he got fined $50,000 and suspended from team activities for 1 week.
That's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting because I think he said it over a stream. I believe he was playing like some video games. And I do remember it was a crazy story at the time. I really didn't hear anything about this story with Anthony Edwards. Interesting.
The NBA is not consistent here. Look at this. This is from March of last year. Miami Heat player Myers Leonard has been fined $50,000 and suspended from all Heat facilities and team activities for 1 week for an anti-Semitic comment he made Monday. March 8th, the NBA announced today. Leonard will also be required to participate in a cultural diversity program. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver released a statement. So this man, he got $50,000. Then you made him actually attend some cultural diversity program.
Like,
and
what the hell? Cultural diversity program? Like, why are they acting like he doesn't know what cultures are? Just find him and move on. What the hell? Okay.
Suspended him for a week for essentially doing the same thing. Now, in the case of Anthony Edwards here, you notice that the language is just different. They just put offensive and derogatory language and actually saying anti-LGBT and racist language. There is a difference there. Something is definitely wrong with the NBA ever since post George Floyd. Anthony Edwards is a black NBA player. Myers Leonard, a white NBA player. And they gave Myers Leonard pretty much double the punishment, a bigger fine for doing the exact same thing. Now, in the case of Jackson Hayes, remember Jackson Hayes who actually fought the police? He fought the police, folks. There's on video.
He did.
He slammed one of the police officers against the wall and he called them the N-word. And the NBA did nothing. Nothing. This man is still with the Pelicans. No fine, no suspension, no nothing. And all he got was 3 years probation for fighting the police, resisting arrest. And the police folks weren't even there to arrest him. They were actually there for somebody else in the house. But Jackson Hayes decided, you know what? Hey, I don't want you in here. You bunch of N-words. Yeah, he was calling them the N-word. The NBA did nothing. Nothing. But in the case of Anthony Edwards, a $40,000 fine. He doesn't have to go to any kind of cultural diversity training. None of that.
I mean, he's black, so like, I'm sure that's what they were thinking. Like, yeah, he's black, so he already knows what culture is. But man, this is
he didn't
funny.
have to do that. But Myers Leonard had to do it, and Myers Leonard actually said that he didn't even know what the anti-Jewish slur even meant. I don't know if that's true or not. But that was a much bigger story
I'm not gonna say
than Anthony Edwards. Honestly, folks, I don't even think we even did a video about Anthony Edwards. I mean, the media just did not touch it. But when it came to Myers Leonard here, the media jumped all over it. There is definitely a problem with the NBA. You guys pretty much know where I stand with this. This is the George Floyd effect, if you ask me. It really, really is. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments.
You said George Floyd effect. That's interesting. But hey, what do y'all think? Is he right? You think the punishment was warranted, the $40K, or you think he should have done more? Let me know in the comments. But that's pretty much all I got. I'll see y'all later.